This week, the story is Japanese food going global. Not as a niche import, but as a category with serious commercial scale. Matcha exports just hit a record high, and overseas demand is reshaping supply back home. Family dining chain Saizeriya is opening in Malaysia with a halal-certified playbook. And a Japanese startup is betting that amazake is the next fermented drink to break into the U.S. wellness market. Let's get into it. Japanese green tea exports just hit record territory, and matcha is the engine driving it. In 2025, Japan's green tea export value reached an all-time high of 72.1 billion yen. Export volume topped 10,000 tons for the first time in roughly 70 years, and the United States is now the single largest market, taking more than 30% of those exports. Here's why this matters. A record like this isn't just a demand story, it's a supply story. Overseas appetite for matcha is now strong enough to reshape Japan's domestic production structure, pulling farmers toward tencha, the leaf used for matcha, and away from traditional sencha. That creates real pressure points, limited farmland, an aging grower base, and the question of whether supply can scale fast enough without breaking the quality that made matcha desirable in the first place. That same pattern, Japanese food brands chasing demand beyond their borders, drives our next story. Saizeriya, Japan's low-price Italian family chain, just opened its first restaurant in Malaysia, built around halal certification. The company opened its first Malaysian outlet in Kuala Lumpur on June 4, 2026. It plans to have 3 locations open in the country by the end of August 2026. And longer term, Saizeriya is targeting a network of roughly 100 stores in Malaysia. This is a textbook market entry move. By leading with halal certification, Saizeriya isn't just translating its menu, it's localizing the entire proposition for a Muslim-majority, English-speaking Asian market. That 100-store ambition signals this isn't a test, it's a platform play. For Japanese restaurant operators watching margins tighten at home, Saizeriya's model shows that the path forward is value pricing plus genuine local adaptation, not premium positioning alone. From dining out expansion to retail shelves, our last story is about the next Japanese fermented product looking for an American audience. A Japanese startup is launching a non-alcoholic amazake-style drink in the U.S., positioning it as the next fermented wellness category after matcha. Ferment-Base's drink, called Haku, will go on sale at 2 Osaka Marketplace stores in the San Francisco Bay Area. It comes in 3 flavors, plain, black sesame, and ginger, and the company plans to establish a base in Saipan in June 2026 to use as a stepping stone into the U.S. mainland. The strategy here is the interesting part. Amazake is non-alcoholic and fermented, which lets it ride 2 of the strongest currents in U.S. beverages right now: the sober-curious movement and the gut health boom. By starting in the Bay Area's Japanese retail channel and building a Saipan foothold, Ferment-Base is keeping early costs low while it tests product-market fit. If matcha proved American consumers will pay a premium for a Japanese functional drink, amazake is the clear candidate to follow that same path. Put these 3 stories together and one trend stands out. Japanese food is moving from cultural curiosity to commercial infrastructure. Matcha shows demand strong enough to reshape supply at the source. Saizeriya shows a brand-building real store networks abroad through deliberate localization. And Ferment-Base shows startups already scouting the next category before the current one peaks. The common thread is intentional globalization. These aren't accidental exports riding a trend. They're companies and farmers actively restructuring around overseas demand. The risk to watch is on the supply side. When the world wants more Japanese product than Japan can comfortably produce, scale and authenticity start to pull against each other. For the cultural story behind this week's market moves, head to Waitin, link in the description. See you next Monday.